Hi crafty friends, it's Colleen here. I wanted to share with you today this gorgeous card. I got it from Mixed Up Craft and I loved it. I was going to put it into one of my classes, but it's not a hard card to make, but there's a long process in making it to a point where it would have taken too long. So I just thought I'd share it with you today. I thought it was a stunning card when I saw it made on Mixed Up Craft by Sam. I've forgotten her name. Cowcott, that's her name, Samantha Cowcott, and I just wanted to share with you today. Now the front is rather plain because you won't see this. This is called an inside out card and it's really sweet. So I've just used 2 stamp sets today. I'm ahead of myself. I've used this is October Stamp of the Month, which I just love to pieces. I think everything about this stamp set just screams make me, so I thought I'd use that one. And the other one I've used today is the Happy Birthday out of Partey, and I love this one because you could use any one of these images on this card. It just lends itself to it. It's just a really fantastic card that works really well. The stamps I've used today are the large flower, the flower with the 2 leaves, the little triple set, the Happy Birthday, the big heart, and that's about it. That's what I've used. I've actually already pre-done them, so I'll show you what I've done. So when the card opens, it opens like that, and that bit pops out. It actually sits up like straight. I'll tip it so you can see that little bit, but it sits up like that. So this is the inside of the card that would be face out the whole time, and on the back I've just left it plain where you can write your message. I've inked it up a little bit, but I don't think I'll do that again. And I've used, I don't know if you can see them, but I used the black, the black's onyx pearls. It's actually onyx means pearls, but it means black anyway. But that's what I used to just add some a little bit of a 3D effect on it, which I thought was rather sweet. This one's made in Bluebell using the lovely paper. Now the reason I didn't put paper on here is because you're not going to see it. Why waste it? So I thought I wouldn't use it. The markers that I used today, for it, are these ones here. Ice Grey, which I think blends rather well with our new Bluebell. Let's call it Bluebell. I've also used the dull green here, just the medium and the dark for the leaves, and for the flower I used the what was it called? Pale pink. So those are the 3 markers. You can see I've used this one a lot. So that's it there. Because of the lovely paper and you've got so many different designs in it, today I've just chosen to use the floral. I haven't got much of it left, but that lovely floral piece there, I think it's stunning. But you could use any one of them. They're such beautiful papers. So what I actually have done is I stamped, on the other one I had this as a random piece that was floating around, so I stamped it and put it on 3D. You can do that if you want to, but today I just thought I'm just going to stamp it on. It goes and when it flips over you don't see it, so it just says, you know, what it is. Happy birthday to you. I've stamped the flowers and coloured them in here. You will need to stamp and fussy cut out around 2 of the hearts. Now this one here, when you put your piece of, oh my goodness, there it is, you also need a small piece of the acetate there, and that is 1 inch by 2 inches. And that's a rather strong one. You know, like when you get your packaging on some things and it's really strong, well, that's a piece of that. So I've cut out the 2, coloured them in, stamped them out in intense black ink, coloured one in, the other one I've cut really close to the edge. This one I've left a small white border so that when I put this on the back I can then cover it up so you won't see it. So you'll have just that bit there sticking out the bottom, which will attach to the card. So that's that bit done. And then I cut out the 3 flowers, but I removed one of the little leaves from it because I found that it just didn't sit in the right position for where I wanted to put it on the front of the card, so I just cut those off. But we will be using them. Now the colours I've chosen for today are Sage and Bluebell and the White Daisy, which you can see I've mounted quite a few bits to save a bit of time on the video. Like I said, this is the front, so this one here goes straight onto here, so we'll put that on now. So that one goes onto the front. That's just got a large, what is it, 1/2 inch border all the way around. Like I said, it's just the inside, the front of the card that goes to the inside, so you're not actually going to see it. The next thing we'll do is we're going to take our pieces here and we're going to score them. Now you will need, oh I should have told you the sizes. It'll all be up on my blog anyway. So the size here measures 5.5 by 5 inches, and we're going to score it at 1/2 inch, and we need to cut 2 of those. For our matting, it is 4 3/4 by 4 3/4. This is 4.5 by 4.5 for the paper, and then for the White Daisy panel, this is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. Now you need to cut 2 of these. You need to cut 3 of these, 2 paper, and 3 White Daisy. So like I said, it'll all be up on my blog for you to follow along. We'll get up our scoring platform, and we're just going to lay that in, and we're just going to score that at 1/2 inch on both pieces. Now I've already matted one piece so that, you know, so it didn't take up too much time. The next thing we're going to do is mat our papers on. So onto here, I'm going to mount this one here. So you've got a plain, your 2 papers are now what will become the inside of the card, but when you flip it open, it's the outside. It's confusing, I know, but you'll see once it's finished. So we'll just mount that one onto there, like so. So now you've got them all mounted up. Now it's this one here that becomes the front of the card for the outside, which this piece here will fit onto. Not this bit, not the one with the, not that one with the flowers, the one with the plain writing, or with the plain writing, with the plain piece of cardstock. And you'll see why in a minute. I'll show you. So that goes onto there. So on here. So see how that bit's mounted up there? And when you open it up, there's your plain panel. So that it flips open, like so. So that's what this will do. When I folded that, that will flip open. This one here will then flip back, and they will sit like that together. So what we're going to do now, and this is what I like to do with this one, take that piece there, lay it down. Oh, burnish and fold your score lines first. I forgot to do that. Right. So with this one here, I like to lay my heart on upside down and get it in the middle where I want it to go, because you can't come off the end of the card. It has to stay within that section. And this piece here is going to adhere onto the other side of there, but just for the minute I'll lay it on this way so I can get a nice depth to where I want it to go. So if I take, and I'll take 2 glue dots. Now I'm using the large 3/8 of an inch one. You can use the smaller ones if you like, just make sure you put plenty on. Place them close to the edge of the acetate. try and get that straight. So 5.5, so I want 3/4 of an inch, don't I? 2.5, no, 2.5 inches. So if I lay that about there, right, so I'm going to sit that there. So when that comes, because that piece now is going to fit onto the back of here, but it's only going to go within that 1/2 inch section. You can't go below it, or you'll see it on the other side. So it's just going to fit in here. So that'll sit like so. So we'll put that on now. So a couple more glue dots onto it. Excuse me. And we'll get that lined up so I can have it at. So that is 5.5. So that's my middle there. And you're just going to line that up like so. So keep them where the fold line is. See how it's away from the fold line? But it's still going to pop in that right section. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to adhere our 2 panels together. So what I like to do with this is actually add, and this is where I find a little bit tricky, because I want to keep the glue dots within that 1/2 inch section. We'll be using glue as well, but the glue dots just help to secure it all in place. One there. One there. Right, so I'll put them aside for a minute. I'm going to grab my glue. And I'm just going to add some glue all over this section here. And by adding the glue and the glue dots, you get a much securer area for it. So now I'm taking the front and the inside back, and I'm just going to lay them on the floor, on the mat, so that they're nice and straight and level. Then I'm going to press the 2 together. I've got a little bit of glue coming out there. So now, excuse me, when I flip that over, now we've just got to bend it all into position. So that's our card made to that point. And then when you open it up, you've got that there. Isn't that cool? So it makes just a lovely, lovely display. So now the next thing we're going to do is just start to add our flowers here. So I just add some adhesive. How did I do the other one? So I'll follow that one. So, and you need to keep it so it's above the score line here. So it can't come below the score line where you're putting it on. I didn't do that very well. I need to get that one in the middle. Aha, that's why, because I put it round the wrong way. I'll put that one there. And then I'll set that one there. Then I'll put this one over here. And then I'll take my extra leaves and just pop them in. So you can just fit them wherever you like. And I'll put one more in. I don't know where I'll put that, but we'll find a spot. I don't know. How about just in there? Yeah, that'll do. So there's our flowers done, just in that little nest bit there. Oh, I can't open the card now. It's Trixie. So that is how we make this card. It's very long. I don't think you can get it all in shot. So there it is there. So that's how we make this card. So when it closes, just all folds up. And then it's done. But if you want to, like I said, do excuse me, you can take the little black, the black onyx. Now I like, oh no, I forgot to put that back bit on. So we're going to take this and we're going to add adhesive all over this section. And we're going to stick this over the back of here. As you can see, it's cut ever so slightly smaller than the original. And that'll just give that a bit more weight. There we are. So now we will add our little black bits. Now I like to do it off on a bit of scrap before I start, so I don't end up with an air bubble. There we are, so we're ready. So now we can just add little black dots to the middle of our flowers. I mean, if you wanted to use the bisque, you could, but I just thought this here added just that little bit of something to the middle. And as you can see, it doesn't take very long to do. I didn't do it to the other side. Sorry, I've got a bit carried away. I love doing this. Shelley will be having a heart attack because I don't actually like stickles, but I love these. I love the pearls. I think they're beautiful, and they just add that little bit of something to every project that we do. There we go, almost done. There we are. Now I have to leave that alone till it dries, but that is my card for you. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, all the information will be up on my blog, so feel free to go over and have a look. Like I said, this is your writing panel, and when they open it up, it just sits like that. So it's called an inside out card. So if you'd like to have a look at Mixed Up Craft and see what she's done with hers, I think you'll find that you'll love them too. Thanks very much for watching my tutorial today. Till next time, keep on crafting, and bye for now.